Well, today is National Spouses Day, and after the craziness and the uncertainty of 2020 and even more uncertainty ahead in 2021, it's more important now, more than ever before, to use this day to set aside some time for couples to show each other gratitude. And joining us this morning with more information on how we can support our partners through these uncertain times is celebrity matchmaker Susan Trombetti. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me, Shelley.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this, because as we head into this new year, there's still a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. So what are we facing as couples dealing with this?
Oh my goodness, it's tough out there right now in marriages. So the biggest thing that's going on right now is if you have a job, if you're lucky enough to have a job, you don't know if you're going to keep your job. The economy is tanking so bad. So money is a big stress factor for couples that are married. And, dealing with that is one big stress right now between the two of them. The second thing is, juggling the childcare with the remote learning. And, that's falling a lot of times to one person and not the other. So I would say be sure to share in those duties. The next thing is the children. I mean, these poor children have been on lockdown in the house and they're acting out and they're having issues, some minor, but some pretty serious. And that is stressful on a couple. And lastly, not being able to recharge in the relationship by taking a vacation, by seeing the family, celebrating. These are all things heading into 2021 that provide a lot of stress in a relationship and unknowing, because we don't know what's going to happen in this pandemic.
Absolutely. So let's go back and talk a little bit more about supporting your significant other, because say you do lose your job and there's only one person working. That is a lot of stress, right? So if you're the working person, you need to support your spouse that lost their job, and vice versa, right?
Right. So here's the thing. A lot of people are doing this exact thing right now. They're treading the waters where their spouse has lost the job. But what you have, and everything's on their shoulders, and they're feeling a lot of stress. So what you need to remember is that sometimes relationships aren't 50-50 like you've been told. Sometimes you have to carry it 100%. And as long as you're not carrying the relationship 100% all the time, you're good. There will be times when your partner will carry you. And this is acceptable, this is okay, and this is normal, especially during this time in a relationship.
Okay,
where people are facing such uncertainty over their futures.
Let's go through some ways that we can support our significant other.
Okay. So one of the first ways that you can support your significant other is just by communicating. So this is one of the silver linings of the pandemic. We're all on lockdown and we're forced to communicate. So communication has improved. But one of the things, if you still need some work on it, is just to check in daily with your spouse and ask, how are you feeling? How are you coping? What can I do to help you? So that's the first thing. The second thing that you can do is never underestimate the power of touch. This is what sets you and your spouse apart from just roommates. So while it might just be, a hand on the shoulder with, I know you're having a bad day, or holding their hand, or a kiss, after breakfast, whatever it is, don't underestimate the power of touch. It's what's going to get you through as a couple. The next thing you need to do, Shelley, is you need to go ahead and make sure that you both are eating well. I mean, we've all heard this, but if you're hangry, or, no one's cooking and you both are eating fast food and takeout constantly, that's not good for either of you. So you both need to take care of each other.
Absolutely. So many things that we can do when it comes to supporting our spouses. And really today is just the day to remember that. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Of course, our viewers, if you would like some more information about some of the tips we talked about, you can go to our website, saliving.com.